Alrighty. Contenders Optic. We have the 6 cards per back. This one's been waiting to break for... This has been waiting to break since I took over breaking. Crazy. Let's make sure we can figure out some hits right here. Alrighty. Here we go. This is break 570, the 3-box Contenders Optic team random. Let's see how many times we are going to randomize this bad boy. And that's going to be 5 times. 5 times on that randomization. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We will let those teams run through. Looks like Mr. CEO with the New Orleans Pelicans and the Lakers. Let those teams run through once, and then we will get to ripping. RJ Barrett with the Knicks would be going to Jax. Cynthia with the Pacers. Alrighty. Thanks. We will go through this one box at a time. Alrighty, let's get started here. The first one is going to be DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray of the Spurs, and that is heading to Jax right there. DeJounte Murray of the Spurs heading to Jax. Next up, we're going to have a Drew Holiday season ticket of the New Orleans Pelicans heading to Mr. CEO. After that, we're going to have the red. We're going to have the red, and that's going to be D'Angelo Russell of the Timberwolves. Red D'Angelo Russell of the Timberwolves right there. And that is going to be heading to Mr. CEO. Next up, it is going to be a historic draft picks first overall, and that is LeBron James and Zion Williamson. Woo-wee! That is a very pretty card right there, and Mr. CEO doesn't have to randomize that with anyone because that he owns both teams. Nice hit right there. A solid, at a minimum, 250 a PSA 9 went for $480. Right there. I got sick to my stomach when I saw it was Zion Williamson and someone else. And then when I saw it was LeBron James, I breathed a sigh of relief for sure. Great hit right there. And the last one in this, or the second to last one in this one, is going to be an All-Star Aspirations LeBron James right there. And that, another solid hit right there. That's with the Miami Heat. And that is going to Steven. The red cracked ice right there. Going for roughly 25 bucks. Thought that might be worth a little more as well. And then here we go. Our auto is going to be a rookie ticket Nasser Little of the Portland Trailblazers going to Steven. Nasser Little of the Portland Trailblazers headed to Steven. On to the next box. Right? It's like, wait, there's more. Alrighty. We're getting started, and that looks like it's going to be a little Vince Carter base with the Atlanta Hawks headed to Steven. Vince Carter with the Atlanta Hawks headed to Steven right there. And then we're going to have an Alfred Payton base of the New York Knicks going to Jax. Following that up, we're going to have a red Miles Turner of the Indiana Pacers heading to Cynthia. The red Miles Turner headed to Cynthia right there. And then we're going to have a playing the numbers game, and that's going to be Luka Doncic with the 17 assists. And that is going to be heading to Steven with the Dallas Mavericks. And then we're going to have a red playing the numbers game. And that's going to be Mr. Trae Young with 50 points. Nice hit right there. Looks like if you get that graded, that could be worth some solid scratch. And that is headed to Steven. And then last but not least in this one, it is going to be the up-and-coming Jarrett Culver auto of the Minnesota Timberwolves headed to Mr. CEO. Jarrett Culver right there to Mr. CEO. then we're on to the last box in this one. Alrighty, our first one here is going to be the base Bogdan Bogdanovic of the Sacramento Kings, and that is headed to Cynthia. Next up, we're going to have the red Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors going to Ben. Our third card in this one is going to be a orange Mr. Marc Gasol. An orange Marc Gasol out of 49 of the Toronto Raptors going to Steven. Next up, we have a 19 assists playing the numbers game. LeBron James right there of the Los Angeles Lakers going to Mr. CEO. And then it looks like a little red cracked ice. And that's going to be a front row seats Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic red front row seats right there. Of the Dallas Mavericks, and that is going to Steven. And last but not least, the auto in this one is going to be a Talen Horton-Tucker of the Los Angeles Lakers heading to Mr. CEO. Wow, CEO had himself a break right there. Alrighty, let's run this break down. The silver Bogdan Bogdanovic of the Kings to Cynthia. The Alfred Payton of the New York Knicks to Jax. Vince Carter of the Atlanta Hawks to Steven. Drew Holiday of the Pelicans to Mr. CEO. And DeJounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs going to Jax. And then our parallels, we have the Marc Gasol out of 49 of the Toronto Raptors to Steven. The red Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors to Ben. Miles Turner of the Indiana Pacers to Cynthia. And D'Angelo Russell red of the Timberwolves to Mr. CEO. And then we have some playing the numbers games. The 19 assists LeBron James of the Lakers. The 50 points with that red cracked ice going to Steven with the Hawks. And the 17 assists Luka Doncic of the Mavericks going to Steven with a P. And on to our featured cards. First, we have the All-Star Aspirations and then the front row seats. That front row seats, Luka Doncic of the Mavs to Steven with a P. And the LeBron James of the Miami Heat going to Steven with a V. And then we have 3 autos. The up-and-coming Jarrett Culver, the Talon Horton Tucker with the on-card auto, and then the out of 99 Nasir Little on-card. Nasir Little of the Trailblazers to Steven with a V, Talon Horton Tucker to Mr. CEO, and Jarrett Culver of the Timberwolves to Mr. CEO. And last but not least, we have the first round historic picks, first overall, and that is going to be Zion Williamson and LeBron James. A very nice hit right there. And that is headed to Mr. CEO. And with that, we are done with break number 570. We will be back in 3 minutes with break 1361.